Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're here doing the bracket show. It's honestly one of my favorite things to do before a massive tournament. I'm of course today joined by the wonderful Maven, the ever so awesome Crim6, and the did not qualify Neslo. Oh, kill him.
Oh.
I could be giving Crim a hard time as well. I'm working with Crim this weekend. I'm sorry, Neslo. It has to be done.
Told me went from a world championship to an AM.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, we've taken a look at our 8 teams that are going to be here this weekend. Now it's time for the bracket. Honestly, this is always a fun thing to do. We're going to go through everyone's bracket. All 4 of us have filled out a bracket of who we think is going to qualify. We have a bracket for you guys there that you can see on your screen. I'm not going to waste any time about it, guys. Let's just dive straight into the action. Team EnVyUs versus Most Wanted. Game number 1. When I filled out this bracket, I personally think Team EnVyUs is going to go for the hot 3-1. Last time these 2 teams played on LAN was UMG Dallas, and that was a swift 3-0 for EnVyUs. The COD League record is actually tied at 2-2 though, so it may actually be a little bit closer than that, but personally, when it comes down to LAN, personally just feel like Team EnVyUs is stronger. Crim, what about you?
You know, I said 3-1 as well. That's kind of like the predicted one, but I think that this is a potential upset, and you know, Most Wanted did really well at Nashville. I think that's one of their best placements since like MLG Dallas back in 2013.
Right.
And you know, it could be upset, but Envy's taking it. Envy's taking it 3-1. I think that Envy, you know, they got what, top 6 last tournament. So I know for a fact that they've all been playing. So yeah, I think Envy's taking it 3-1.
All right. Well, Maven, what's your prediction on this game?
Yeah, I'm taking Envy. I think it's a 3-0 or a 3-1. It really just depends what Envy shows up. You know, you talk about Gfinity and Dallas, like Envy, until they played Denial, really looked unbeatable. They were smoking everyone. And then Nashville, they just didn't look very good in a lot of the series, just to be flat out. Like, they didn't look like that dominant team we were kind of used to over the past few months. If we get that confident NB team back, I think it's a 3-0, 3-1. But also, like you said, it does have potential to go the distance if we see what we did at Nashville from them.
Very true. So that's 3 3-1s. Neslo, what's your prediction?
I got a Envy. I have it closer though. I have it 3-2. I don't know. Something about Envy Search and Destroy game is really inconsistent. If you watch their Search and Destroy, it really revolves around Joe and how Merc plays. Oh, and Merc's been playing insane the past few events. He's been playing his mind out. Yeah, but I don't know. I have it a bit close. I have Most Wanted coming out really energized. You know, I just have them winning a Search and Destroy and I have them possibly going up 2-1 in the series. So
okay.
But I think Envy's gonna come out. You know, I think they're gonna win the series, but I think it's gonna be a lot closer.
All right. Well, we're all agreed. Team EnVyUs should be taking game number 1. So, game number 2. For me, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. OpTic Nation taking on Team FaZe. Now, last time these 2 met on LAN, it was actually G3, believe it or not, and FaZe 3-1 them. Plus, with the FaZe win at UMG Nashville, I feel like they definitely have some momentum. But in the league, OpTic Nation are 4-0 against FaZe. Could potentially be their kryptonite. Personally, I'm not sure how you guys feel, but I think if it goes to a Game 5, OpTic Nation's Search and Destroy is just a little bit stronger, so they should take it. And FaZe haven't beaten OpTic Nation in a single Search and Destroy all season. They're actually 0-5 against them. So, if it does go the distance, I'm saying OpTic Nation. But I have a feeling, thanks to all the momentum that FaZe have from UMG Nashville, they should be able to take it. I say 3-1. Crim, what's your prediction here?
Well, after those statistics you just told me, I would like to change my bracket.
You can't. No changes. No backsies, Crim. No, you're our pro analyst.
I said 3-0 FaZe, but if they haven't won a single Search and Destroy,
you said 3-1 actually.
Oh, versus FaZe. Oh, this is Maven's bracket. Maven, you're even more screwed than I am.
Dude, I had 7 bottles of wine while I was filling this out.
Well, that explains some of the results you put.
Yeah, but so I said FaZe 3-1.
Yeah.
You know, OpTic Nation, they're taking the Search. Other than that, no.
They're not taking anything else now.
No, that's it. That's all.
Honestly, I kind of agree with you. You know, beating FaZe in every single S&D throughout the season. Yeah, all right. These stats are of course based off online play, but still, you know that's crazy to not lose a Search and Destroy all season long against a team. That deserves some massive props. Maven, it was the 3-0.
3-0. I think OpTic Nation was far and away the most disappointing team at Nashville. They didn't have a good series. They got 3-0'd by arguably, I mean, basically an AM team. I mean, I know Methods has been a pro player, but they.
Right.
What did you guys really expect from Aware outside of making it to the finals in the 5K? I didn't really expect too much out of them, and Nation just didn't. I mean, for their fans, for everyone, it was disappointing. They didn't really come out like they wanted to win. O's had arguably his worst event. I don't expect a lot from them. To be honest with you, FaZe 3-0.
I agree. I think it comes down to what Krim was referring to earlier on, where they were all trying to figure out if they can win Dom. If they come out hot and they win that first map, I can see it happening. But if they don't and FaZe still have that momentum, honestly, I just can't see them coming out on top.
They can't make mistakes. They're a team that has a negative KD and still manages to win series, even though all 4 players are negative. They have to be perfect pretty much in everything else because they're not clearly winning their gunfights. Yeah,
absolutely right. Neslo, your prediction. Are you still with us on this one, or have you decided to go somewhere else?
Nah, I mean, it's going to still be... I have a lot of close series throughout the entire weekend this late into the game. I have 3-2 FaZe, and this matchup's actually pretty fun because it's half of Impact, versus the other half of Impact.
Right.
And these guys get hyped over playing each other. And I know Killa's really not going to want to lose to the other half of Impact, and losing to Haggy just would drive him crazy. But
very true.
I think they do. I think they overlook domination and how to play it. I think they overthink it a lot. They don't have confidence in domination. Not even that, they don't know how to play it. And you have someone like Ricky on your team, but Killa's running an AR.
Right.
So those are just question marks right there. I think they're gonna win the first search. I have it going 3-2, and then I have it going last map. And
so just to clarify, you're saying that FaZe are going to beat Nation 3-2, so it's going to go all the way to a game 5 to a search and destroy, where FaZe haven't beaten Nation all season long in search, and you're saying FaZe are going to win it.
Oh, 100%.
Well, guys, look it through Neslo's bracket in its entirety. We can see this right now, and he was clearly drunker than I was when he was throwing this together.
We'll get to the rest of the games a little bit later on. I don't want to spoil some of Neslo's fantastic surprises.
Players like Karma and Apathy in a game 5 search and destroy, they can drop 15+ kills on you if you let them.
Well, you can talk. True. I mean, Krim's one that'll talk to that. Karma sometimes in search and he'll just come out with these plays in a game 5 that don't even make sense. They just
he blacks out for a bit. I know Damon watches a lot of streams, so he's gonna know what ON's doing.
I mean,
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
At this point, last event of the year, I think everyone should know what everyone else is doing by then. If you haven't sussed it out by now, you're a little bit late to the party. Let's just leave it there. But we're all agreed, FaZe take it somehow or some way. Neslo, of course, with an ambitious 3-2. The next game, though, of the bracket, and this one, honestly, is going to be one of my favorites to watch, and this is where we start to split on opinions. It is, of course, OpTic Gaming versus Denial. Now, Denial are 1-3 with OpTic Gaming in the COD League, so it doesn't look good there. OpTic have a 5-1 win ratio in S&D as well, so if this game does go the distance to a game 5, you could argue OpTic Gaming could take it. However, the last time these met up on LAN was UMG Dallas, where Denial gave them a hot 3-1 victory. So, if it goes to game 5, I'm thinking OpTic Gaming could take it. I have it down right now on my bracket as an OpTic Gaming 3-2 win. Krim, what are your thoughts here?
I said Denial 3-0 versus OpTic because I think that Denial's playstyle in Respawn at least is pretty similar to Rise Nation, and Rise actually beat them twice last event, so Denial, it's all going to come down to getting in their face, and then if Denial can get those kills, it's all going to be like OpTic Gaming's a really, 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 really passive team, and I mean that on so much emphasis. I hate playing them in Ghost right now because it's they sit back and they're good at sitting back. No other team is good at sitting back besides OpTic Gaming. I call them professional campers, and I mean that's yeah, because I mean hardly ever do you get a team that on Freight Blitz can camp the steps at the back of the portal and kill everyone. Hardly ever do you see that. And OpTic Gaming and Denial, they have two complete opposite play styles. Yeah. And it's just gonna come down to who gets those kills. And when Rise was playing OpTic Gaming, they were getting in their face, and Rise was getting the kills, and that's why they won.
Yeah, you're right. And as well, as I mentioned earlier on in the show, you and TP both said on ESR earlier this week that you think now just have that fantastic team synergy. And they're going to need to have that going up against OpTic Gaming. Maven, are you... what's your prediction?
I totally pretty much agree with Krim on every point of that. Ever since, it became this 4-sub game, even before the Vector, when it was IMTARS, this whole game's been about speed. It plays very, very fast, and OpTic's the only team that's seen any success really not playing that game style. But Denial, in my opinion, is their worst nightmare. I think it's a hot 3-0. I really think Denial blows them off the map. I don't think it's close.
Wow, brutal stuff. 3-0. So 2 3-0s. I said 3-2 OpTic Gaming. We have 2 3-0s to Denial. Neslo, who are you agreeing with on this one?
I got 3-1 on OpTic Gaming. I don't know. I see something with OpTic this event. They've been up and down, like you said. They've been a roller coaster all season, and I just expect them to be on a high this event. I expect them. They placed average at the last event. They placed average at the last couple events, to be honest, and I expect them to come out hot. Scump is Scump. He's gonna drop your 30.
Yep.
And I think honestly the X factor on this team is Proofy. I think when Proofy is playing extremely well, I mean we saw Gfinity, he didn't play well at all, and then look at OG placed. Right. And when he does play really well. Yep. They're insane. They're dangerous. I played them out a lot.
A big question with that is the gun choice though. With the way the game's developed with the meta, a lot of people say, I see on Reddit all the time, when MTAR was in the meta, Proofy was dominant. And then all of a sudden it switches to the Vector and he isn't that good. Now, Krim and Neslo, you've both played against him a lot. Is there a notable difference in his ability, do you reckon, with the weapons?
I mean, I haven't played with an MTAR in a while, but I don't see a notable difference in any players when it comes to the Vector MTAR.
Look at National, though, with Proofy. I mean, Friday, Saturday, he was leading the way in Respawn. He was slaying everything. Sunday, he just was off, and they were off. But I think Neslo is right with that, though. When Proofy's hot, when he's playing well, they are a much, much, much better team.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Now, Game 4. The last game in, of course, the bracket round number 1 is going to be Rise Nation versus Noble.VQ, as you see at the bottom of your screens. Now, for me, Rise have a perfect record against Noble in the league, 4-0, overall map record of 12-5 as well. Rise have a 6-1 domination map count from the COD League against them, as well as that. So for me, simple game for Rise, 3-0, 1-2, buckle my shoe, they're done. Krim, how about you?
Yeah, 3-0.
3-0?
Like I said before, I hate them, so I hope they lose. Rise, yeah, they're taking it, Noble.
I agree.
Smokes ain't gonna save you.
Smokes ain't gonna save you. I can't wait for you to do the analysis on that game. Maven, you actually have it down as a little closer than the 3-0. You have a 3-2.
Yes, there's a reason for that. Rise is the one team that I have absolutely no idea what to expect from. Because of how the pool play went at Nashville, a lot of people don't even realize this. Rise, in order to place top 4, only beat one professional Call of Duty team. They beat OpTic Gaming twice. That's it. They didn't beat a single other pro team the entire weekend. Wow. Because of how the pool play played out with the 4 teams going on, they were top of the pool with how everything broke down. So how much can you take from that event? And it's not to knock Rise. I mean, they're good players. Don't get me wrong, but I almost want to say it's an asterisk next to a top 4 when you beat one pro team. Just that comment. It seems so ludicrous that you can place that high, just beating OpTic Gaming.
It's interesting you say that. I didn't know that. That's a really interesting point. Because we had Pac-Man on the show a little bit ago, and he was saying, if you throw back to Dallas, for example, I believe they got knocked out by Team FaZe, and that was pretty much, the only team that they played at that caliber. So you're right there. Be a little bit worried if you're a Rise fan. That inconsistency could potentially creep in. You don't really know what you're going to get.
I have no idea. That's why I put it 3-2, because I just don't. I don't know what to expect from them at all.
But you still have Rise coming out on top.
Yes, I do. 3-2.
Okay, Neslo, what's your prediction on this one?
I got Rise with a hot 3-0. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be easy. Noble's only shot is winning the first search. I think Rise is just gonna clutch up. They got confidence finally placing well in the event, and it's just gonna be an easy 3-0.
Well, that's 3 3-0s and a 3-2 from Maven. That is all the winners bracket round 1 games. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, though, we're gonna be taking a look at our round 2 games. Don't go anywhere, guys.